day bricked up.
Would you rather date a 9 with a really annoying voice or a 4 with the sexiest voice ever?
9.
9 with an annoying voice.
I think I would go for the 4.
That's the gender
That's
difference.
female.
Yeah, I think
That's
that might be a
female
gender
logic.
difference.
Okay.
Anything that's coming out of their mouth is annoying anyway. So.
Yeah.
Probably would have been better.
It's fine.
It's fine.
His poop doesn't
Dude, so I almost told y'all this story the other day, but I had a shitsident the other day
Oh, yeah.
at my house before work.
Oh.
Dude,
Okay.
I was late because
I feel like only men I know have this story.
Yes.
well, my stomach
What's
had
wrong
been
with your
like
buttholes?
my stomach had been like killing
Hot
me.
wings.
Yeah.
I think it's that we're
I
more
eat hot
adventurous
wings.
eaters, or we eat lesser
And-
quality food
Well,
on average.
I
Yeah.
think I low-key think that I'm like lactose intolerant, but I just don't adhere to it. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
believe it, but I just
There was a space in time recently where I thought I was
Ignore
for
it
like a year, but
Until it goes
then
away.
yeah,
I'm like
just
90% sure that I'm lactose intolerant. It's in some form of way, whatever.
Like mild
Anyway,
intolerance.
what?
leg shaking.
Oh shit!
I'm the one who remembered.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, you're the one who remembers.
I was like
both
rubbing
of
my
them.
shoes together, and I'm like, wait, hold on a second. These guys aren't supposed to be doing that.
Anyway, so the shitsident was I was on the way to work, or I wasn't on the way to work yet, but I was getting ready for work. So I got up to take a shower, and I was already running a little bit late because that's how I roll sometimes. And I'm gonna go hop in the shower. I'm fucking butt naked in my bathroom. I gotta take a fart. Shit on the floor, dude.
All over the floor. Hey, at least you were naked.
And
Yeah,
in your
it
bathroom.
It could have been a way
And in
worse.
your bathroom
but
at
it was.
home.
I didn't tell them at work. I told them I was like something happened. I was like, but I'm not telling you what it was because you're make fun of
Well,
me.
we always said it doesn't count unless it hits the cloth, but I guess
That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say
I
anything.
guess breaches the cheeks is what.
Yes, it's kind of.
Oh, it was definitely a short.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it hit the floor.
No, that was
Yeah.
more than a shark. You
I like
shit
looked
yourself.
down. I was
That
like,
qualifies if it hits the floor.
Yeah,
Then, you know,
you
it
have
would
also
have hit
shit
the cloth.
yourself.
Yeah.
If it hits the cloth or hits the floor, you have shit yourself.
Seriously though, every man I know has one of these stories, and myself included.
Yeah,
and
I've
no
only
girl
pooped
I
on the
know.
floor once, but I was also
done
like
this. We
8
eat
and
hot
really
wings,
sick at
too.
the time.
I've never.
I
shit
think
on the
women are
floor
lying.
before,
I think that they
except
just
for
have.
intentionally.
I think women.
I mean, women tell each other
this-
everything,
men
so
are
I would
just-
know.
uncouth.
We're proud
Maybe
of
you
it.
just don't really care if something slips out. You don't think about what's going
I mean-
on back there very hard when a fart is coming.
That's probably
That's the only
This
thing I
best
think
case
about.
scenario, though. If you shit yourself, that's probably best case scenario that happens.
Yeah.
There's a TikTok where there's this guy who like is in a he's like in a bathroom and his buddy's in the bathroom stall and he like gets up on a chair, turns upside down, does a handstand and poops over like he barely made it to you just yeah.
Also, farts in the shower are worse than regular farts.
That's why you just take a shit in the flower. You just
Yeah.
in the shower. You just
Okay, I have
Waffle
a
stomp.
question. Do you guys know how girls pee when there's no toilet?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I saw a girl pee
I mean, I've
In
seen
the-
some
at the,
documentation on the internet.
I mean, they usually just squirt
at the music festival that I was at like a month ago.
Yeah.
I talked about it in the last podcast over at Keaton's house. and anyway, when I was over there, we were watching this show, or we were getting ready to watch Tyler Childers. And if you've ever been to a music festival, you know, pretty much if you want to get anywhere close to like the main act, you have to like stand up there and wait for forever. So we stood up there for like 5 hours waiting for this guy. And obviously we got to like watch other shows, but like if you left, you lost your spot, right? So these girls had been hanging out with us and they seemed pretty cool. But anyway,
And they
long
peed on.
long story short, we're sitting there in between sets and somebody brought some Uno. We're sitting there, we're playing Uno, having fun, whatever. And all of a sudden I hear, "Oh my God, is that girl peeing?" I'm sitting on the ground. I look over. I'm eye to eye with the fucking cooter. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, was she standing?
No, she squatted.
Okay.
She had a dress on. She squatted. I looked over. I was eye to eye with her cooter, like I said. And they're like, I think she's peeing. And I was just like, I know she's peeing. I could see it coming out of her, you know? And anyway, we had these big like milk carton things that were full of water that they were throwing out to people so people wouldn't get dehydrated, because this place got into a lot of trouble about that before. Anyway, so she was peeing into one of these cartons, but she'd ripped the top off of it. So it was just like a big cup. She was peeing. Dude, I look over. She's peeing. She's trying to pee and move this thing around. She peed all over her hand, dude. I mean, like all over. It was dripping off of there. And I just remember she stood up. And I was like, okay, well, what's she going to do with that? She just looks down. She looks around. She kicks it over.
Did she not know that y'all could see her?
Dude, we were standing like body to body.
Why didn't she just pee on the ground?
That's kind of
In
was
that case.
my thought.
What's
Yeah.
the point of the
Well, because
milk jug?
I think she was probably drunk and then just didn't. She was like, "Oh, I'll just
She
pee in
wanted
this
to kick it
container."
over.
Well, no, she was just like, "I'm gonna pee in this container," and then was like, "Oh, I can't close it."
Like, I got to empty this somewhere.
Someone's-
Yeah.
yeah.
But then I just watched her. She kicked it over, and I was like, "What was even the point?" But then whatever. But
That's funny.
I'm going off on a tangent, and we've already talked about this on the last episode. But me and this other dude were standing there. This guy that I'd met and became friends with, and we're standing there talking to each other. And I was trying to be low key about the girl peeing all over her hand. Like, she literally stood up and was like doing this and like wiped it on her dress. I was like, that's gross. But I like whispered to my buddy, I go, dude, this girl peed all over her hand when she was peeing over there. He was like, really? And we turned, all of a sudden, right beside me. There was another dude who had been hanging out, and he was smoking cigs the whole time, chain smoking. He goes, here you go. Hands her the pack of cigs, like open face, and she went, put her hands all over every single cigarette in the pack. And there was like literally, me and this dude just go, I go, yeah, dude, she peed all over it. And then it just, here you go. And we just looked at each other and were like,
It's some extra flavor.
stone cold face. We're like,
That's great. Okay.
but yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
the reason she asks, a little context, is there's a girl, I'm not going to say who for obvious reasons, pissed off a cliff. Okay.
I think it's just a legend.
No, I know somebody, I wasn't there, but I know someone was there.
He wasn't looking, though.
True.
She could have pissed
She was
near
on
a cliff.
Okay, all right. No, here's the story. She was on a cliff, like out in the wilderness. She was on a cliff side and peed, right? I assume, as any logical human being would assume, that the pee goes off the cliff, because if you're on a cliff, you're going to piss off of it, right?
That's
you're not
the
gonna
point.
pee on a bush next to a cliff. You're going to pee off the cliff, right?
Yeah.
So I assumed she pissed off the cliff. And then she asked me how she would do that. And I figured, I mean, I know how girls usually pee. They, like, not in a toilet. They would, like, squat, kind of like, and it would pee, like, that way. But I was like, well, I figured she could have just, like, sprawled out and just, like,
You just, form a table.
Yeah,
Do
can
the
you
craft
not?
thing,
But
just-
you can.
yeah, like a.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you can do that standing straight up. Can
But
you
she
not?
thought it was hilarious. She
Like,
was like, do you know how girls
if you
pee?
stand up like cowboy style with your legs like sprawled out and doing a little,
Yeah, that's what all
You
the
can
guys
pee.
are saying. She's just like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't
I bet we could find a video
So
right
if a girl
now.
was to
Oh,
pee off a
totally.
cliff,
Yeah.
Several.
would she
She'd
bend over
fall off the
backwards?
cliff. Like, she'd have to have her squat, and the cliff would have to be, like, underneath the squat. So to be, like, on the very edge.
That's why you have a buddy holds your hands.
Yeah, if somebody held onto her hands and she squatted, she could lower her butt over the edge, maybe.
I'm pretty sure you can stand.
Then I
and
started
pee.
thinking it might be just my man brain thinking that
Yeah.
they could do that.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because if they could stand and pee, they would stand and pee in the toilet all the time.
Exactly. And
You would still be. I mean, it wouldn't be a normal stance.
and
It'd
nobody
be a awkward stance for
and
sure,
nobody
but I
wants to
figured
pee
you could
squatting
do it.
either. Like, if you're wearing pants, you have to take down your pants and your butt be out.
I think.
Like, girls would be peeing. If they could do that, they'd be peeing in the streets everywhere, along with the dudes who dip into an alleyway.
Girls do pee in the streets.
Yeah.
They just squat.
I went
Yeah,
on a
but you
first
gotta
date
find
where a
a
girl did
bush.
that
Halloween
in an
when we
alley.
went downtown.
You got to get behind
Went upstairs,
something.
like, oh, they're peeing up there.
But a dude can just like step to the
It's
side.
just weirder to me to think about somebody being on a cliff and peeing on a bush next to the cliff.
know.
And you have to pee off the cliff.
You have to.
I just feel like girls
the law.
Yeah,
would
how do you-
Remind me
pee
not to
more.
be underneath
I
any cliffs
swear they
around
can
you.
pee standing up, but it's just that there's a higher likelihood of you getting piss on yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts.
It's like, you know those
Could you not
lawn...
just like kind of like lean
Yeah.
on like a tree or
You know those
pee off
lawn
the cliff,
waterers
though?
that have like a flap and it goes like... and
Yeah,
it
sprinklers.
turns?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Like just there's flaps that would just spray.
The stream's definitely
On
not
all
as strong
sides.
though.
So it's like a water hose with no one holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would think that'd be the way that it is with dudes. But yeah, there's like a flap that gets in the stream and just kind of...
And she thought I was ridiculous for thinking that this chick peed off the cliff.
Okay,
I'm
I don't
with you.
actually think
She
it's like
peed on a cliff. I know
unmanned
that
water
much.
hose.
We can look up a video right now,
I'm sure we could find one.
standing up and peeing.
One.
Yeah.
They
Put
make
it on the.
you know that they make those things that for women. They make these things that women can get. I don't know what.
The
I think it's-
sheepy.
Yeah, the
Shiwi.
sheepy where
No,
they
no,
the
no,
shiwi,
shiwi.
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm actually getting one from Amazon for my hike across the nation. I have a serious shiwi.
Hike across America.
Denmark.
All across
Yeah.
Denmark.
Why do you need a shiwi?
Because I don't want to take out my butt in front of all the hikers in all of Tarnation.
It's Europe. They're
And I have to
used
pee like every 10 minutes, and there's not going to be any bathrooms for like 20 miles apart. So, yeah.
I would just butt it out. Personally,
Yeah, but so Rose here is gonna hike from the northern to southern border of Denmark. So from Norway,
From the North Sea.
from the North Sea to Germany,
Yeah. I mean,
or she's gonna
I
start
was
it.
all gung-ho about it. I'm like, I'm going to get to Germany, but I'm just going to meander
Yeah.
slowly.
Yeah,
Who knows how far I'll make
that's a
it.
lot.
she'll start the
walking.
journey. No pressure.
Yeah. I'll
But-
start.
All right, we ready for hot takes?
let's give it a Rose. Get her to pick one. So we didn't have too many topics. Well, we always have a lot of topics in the bank, but we just decided to do. There's a game here that we're not going to play the game, but there's called Hot Takes, and essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to pick a
Oh, there
card
she-
I think you mentioned this one already.
from the card we will discuss.
Discuss it.
This is...
So
And
I
it
was
doesn't
just
have
going to
to-
say
if there's a bad one, just
I was
go to
gonna
the
say
next
we'll
one.
just do one of them.
Yeah, I say we do several. Just find the best one.
Yeah,
and
Depends on how much time it takes up.
Yeah. How long the
get.
discussion is. This one says you shouldn't hook up on the first date.
So we're talking sex, right?
I think there's no shame in it as long as
Yeah.
you want to. But I also think there shouldn't be pressure because most of the time I feel like they're expecting it, and maybe I'm not into it.
I don't think that. Okay, if you're
If you're serious,
serious
long term,
about something long term, you shouldn't do it on the first date.
if you're just
Because
looking for
if you want,
hookups or
in my opinion, this is
Yeah.
just my opinion, and
Oh, that's a good
I
point.
can be wrong. If you are serious about, if you're talking to a man and you're serious about liking him and you want to have a relationship and not just something physical, you should not have sex on the first date. For them to more or less not respect is not the right word, but just to give them the context of this is not just a
that you have
hookup.
some sort of restraint.
Yeah. Well, no, not even
Then
that
it's
though.
not
But
just
it's just
about sex.
it's laying. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
It
Laying down
sends
the
the wrong
foundation
message.
that it's not just about sex. Because if you go out on a date and then you have sex, it's like there's obviously plenty of good relationships that's happened that the first date they've hooked up. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm saying that if you don't want to come
eh,
at the wrong way,
Or at the
Giggity.
wrong time.
if you want the person to take you seriously, you'll at least
You're saying it
you
sends
should
the wrong
wait
message
at least
sometimes.
3 dates, I think.
Oh, that's cliche though. I think.
It
I mean,
is, but
maybe.
It's also around the right amount of time.
I mean, it could be.
it is-
It could be
it
2.
is
It could be
cliche.
7.
It is cliche, but at the same time, it sets in stone. This is not just a fucking hookup.
Well, I think it doesn't matter either way, but I think you should communicate. That's what I would always do if I didn't have any intention of like hooking up on a date. Then I would text it before the date, and it's kind of coming on too strong. Like, whoa, whoever said anything about that?
Yeah.
happening? But I didn't care. I just wanted it out there, so there's no awkward moments
That's
later.
smart, but on the other hand, it's like
It's weird.
that's what
Yeah.
I do when we go on fancy dates. It's probably not the smartest thing, but I've seen all these movies where a guy and a girl are dating and they go out to like a super fancy restaurant and the girl always thinks that they're proposing and then they're not, right? And I've seen that on TV
He's
and on
super
movies so
worried
much.
I'm
So
gonna accidentally
every time
think he's
we go on a
proposing.
date where we dress up or any fancy restaurant, beforehand I'm like, just gonna let you know, not proposing.
One day we're gonna be on the
But then,
fanciest
yeah, but then
date
what-
ever, and you're not gonna say anything.
Yeah, but like, what happens when I don't say it? Like, how am I? It's
Yeah, you kind of trapped yourself.
so.
didn't you?
I told her I'm gonna stop doing that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that you're not proposing for all the time.
So it should be, but I don't know.
But yeah, I know it is weird to communicate, but
It's that bird.
it's worth it. It like takes the pressure off of everyone, and then if something does happen, then it's makes it more like organic or whatever.
As a guy, I'm not going to assume that there's going to be sex. I'm going to hope there's going to be sex, but I'm not going to assume that. So I don't think that there needs to be any kind of communication.
I've been on.
I mean,
first
if you're
dates
there and
where
you,
I've as a man felt pressure because they expect me to at least try on the first date. Or it might just be in my mind, but I feel like if I don't try to have sex on a first date, I feel like the girl will think I'm not interested in them.
Yeah, that's a
When
possibility.
when I was single, that's always what was in my mind. And it
That's
was
fair, though.
annoying.
There are a lot of girls that would react that way.
And I think that's unreasonable. If a guy doesn't try to have sex on the first date, that should not be a sign of
girls
anything.
get triggered too if you turn them down.
Yeah,
You ever
yeah.
done that?
Yeah, I have.
They get triggered.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm pretty? Like, whoa, chill the fuck out.
We need to do that. You try to have sex and they say, "No, what? You don't think I'm handsome?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm attractive?
Yeah.
You think I'm ugly?
Yeah, you think I'm ugly?"
Yeah, it's because it's flipped. What I have found is a lot of girls I know really do want to like have sex with their date because you're told like everyone is acting like guys are super super thirsty, and then they come to find out that guys are actually kind of shy about it, and
It also depends on
Well,
who you're talking
also-
to.
a lot of
bashful, and-
girls-
but then there's all these girls who've been told like guys are just want to do anything with a hole on it, and then they don't want to do their hole immediately, and just go.
Cat.
Cultural expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves doing that. Walking on things she's
Yeah.
not supposed to walk on.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't try to throw her, but I just like,
Oh, I do it. Do it anytime you want,
Yeah.
bro.
She's
Yeah.
a cat.
The expectations are all muddled and flipped, and everyone's expecting the opposite of what will happen. So that's why you communicate. Boom.
Communication
I won.
is key.
Does anyone have any other thoughts?
I think we should go to the next card.
Yes, that's a thought.
Oh no, this is the one from the very first. I think this is your
Oh.
first
Oh.
podcast.
Skip
Yeah.
it.
A grizzly bear would win in a fight against a
Yes.
gorilla.
Facts.
that's not a hot take though. That's just a fact.
boring.
Yeah, that is fact.
Bro,
That is a hot take.
Boring.
Fucking
Go
gorilla.
beans. Here. Go. Be free.
She's been in here 1,000 times while we're doing the podcast and never once has stepped on that thing. And then just
I know.
got on there. I yeeted her, and she's like,
Immediately
You know
comes
what?
back.
I'm gonna go right
I'm
back
coming
to
back.
Yeah, because now she knows she's not supposed to do
Yeah,
that, so
that's
now
true.
that's
Oh, this
all
must
she
be
wants to
something
do.
good. If I'm
She
not
only
allowed
wants to
have
do things she knows she's not supposed to.
One person must always be more dominant than the other in a relationship.
Hard disagree. I think that's usually the case,
Yeah.
just because of the nature of existence. Some people
Yeah.
are more have more dominant personalities, but I think it's super healthy to have balance in a relationship.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I said, some people want someone else to make the decision. Some
Yeah.
people want to make the decision.
I mean, yeah, like I have buddies who are like the man in the relationship, and you're equal, but what I say goes. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not equal.
Kind of misogynistic.
yeah.
But I mean,
And I'm seen
here for it,
the
though.
other side too. I've seen more dominant females, which I mean some guys are into, but
no.
I think it's health. It's not exclusively healthy that way, but I think it is more commonly healthy to have balance. It can work having the power tipped to one side. Hopefully that person's a good
I need
person.
someone
but,
else to do the brain for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I just personally think it's more healthy being balanced.
I think that was a really good way to put it. Yeah.
I think it can work either way.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, it
Pretty
doesn't
much.
have to be a
But,
certain way
Right, like
for
I said, it's not
success.
exclusive.
But
That way.
it can work
With a
either way.
particular
But at the same
individual.
time, like a relationship, no matter if somebody's more dominant or not,
Yeah.
if
Does
somebody,
the other person want that person to be more dominant
Well,
than them?
both people
true.
need to be heard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's
Yeah,
an issue.
I mean, and
So-
even when the power is tipped over to one side, unless it's a straight up abusive
what I'm
situation,
saying.
then they're at least heard.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily make it equal. You know
They
what I
are
mean?
Physically
You
heard.
can hear someone and say, it's like a child. Parent can listen and be like, I see your point, but you're not eating chocolate today. You know what I mean?
Chocolate's
cake
There
for
are
breakfast.
relationships like that too. So I think it's more in some cases, probably most cases, more healthy being balanced. But like I said, I've seen them where one side has more power and it works.
And there's so many different parts of a relationship to be dominant over, like
Yeah.
It's like I'm in charge of this. You're in
finances versus
Yeah.
like household
Yeah.
stuff.
That's a good
versus,
point
like,
too.
The couple's social stuff.
of that. Yeah, it's like
I mean-
you
There's
make all the
different
social
areas.
arrangements.
I know we're kind of beating a dead horse here, or at least I am, but naturally somebody has to be more dominant, right? But
Someone will,
well, they have to be
To some
There's-
extent,
yeah,
I
to
guess.
some
yeah,
extent.
but
to
it
some
doesn't
extent.
necessarily mean they started that way in the relationship.
There's a difference between like a scale being tipped slightly to one side than one person basically being a parent. You know,
Yeah.
like I've seen
Yeah.
relationships where the man is like,
Yeah, dude, I have seen some relationships where it's pretty wild. Where
yeah, it
the
gets
woman
pretty
just
fucked up
has
sometimes.
no fuck. Well, it's typically a man talking to. I mean, that's
Typically,
and then like the woman has no say at all.
yeah. That I think is just completely dysfunctional. It's rare, but I have seen a few cases where it's the exact same way, but on in reverse. My cop buddy said he was dispatched to a domestic where there's this skinny Russian dude who's like skinny as a stick, and he's what was it? He was like at a bar and he got drunk, and the cop like, okay, you can't be here anymore, but I'm not going to arrest you. I'm just going to take you home. Takes him home, and he starts walking up to the door with him, and he's like, no, I'm good. You can go. He's like, I'm just going to make sure that there's someone here who can take care of you. He's like, I'd rather you didn't. And then he knocks on the door, and this huge Russian woman answers the door. just smacks him right in the face. He's like, where have you been? and he's like terrified of this woman.
Dude, I saw some
that's why he was
Ukrainians
at the
the other
bar.
day.
I
at
feel
the
like that's
store.
like a Russian or a Polish thing. You know what
it's
I
like
mean?
a movie trope almost.
Yeah.
I saw some Ukrainian people here the other day,
There's
which I know that there's a lot of them, but I'd never seen one.
Never seen what?
A Ukrainian person here.
Oh, dude, we have tons.
Yeah.
I know.
You already
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like I saw one though. I was at the store, just saw a child.
no.
All right, let the cat back in here. Do you have another card, or were you gonna?
You should become friends with your ex.
Okay, first of all, if you're going to become friends with your ex, I don't think you necessarily should. I think that phrasing, you should become friends.
Yeah. But it should be like, is it okay to be friends with your
Yeah,
ex?
It
because like
depends
I
on the
have
situation.
several exes,
Like, there's no
and there's
obligation.
like one, maybe two that I can see myself being friends
Shaking
with.
my legs.
So I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's a horrible idea.
How
There are
do you
some
feel
cases.
about your partner being friends with their ex?
I was gonna say
it's the
it's
same.
probably fine to be friends with your ex.
It-
Personally, if you're in a relationship,
I mean, if you weren't friends
No.
before, why would you? be
No,
in a
that's what I'm saying.
relationship?
So, I mean, I think if the I think the vast majority of circumstances, probably not a good idea. I think if the case is, I don't know, right, then I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah,
If
I agree. Depending on the
Because
context.
her most recent ex and my most recent ex, both, I could see both of us being, I'm not saying like besties, but just keeping in touch with occasionally. Like if she wanted to, I don't know, meet up with her ex and just catch up, I'd be totally fine with it. And
Ditto.
I feel like she would agree with me with my most recent ex, but it's not like I'm going to go to dinner once a week with her or anything
yeah.
like that.
No.
You know, it's just like a,
it would be weird.
I haven't
though,
talked
if you were
to her in a
texting
year
your
or
ex.
two.
It would be weird if you were texting your ex on a consistent basis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
That's
to do
kinda
that.
weird.
Yeah, I'm not saying to do that. I'm not saying to be like best
But
friends.
more like you run into them and be like,
I-
oh,
I
hey,
think
how's
there's
it
nothing
going?
wrong with being friends with your ex as long as you're both single. But like if they have
It also-
a boyfriend or if you have a girlfriend, then it's okay to be friendly, but not friends.
You don't have
I guess
to
it
be
depends on your
friends,
definition of friends
But you
too.
can be
really.
in good standing with each
Yeah.
other.
I guess that's the difference. Is
like
I
if you
necessarily
saw
wouldn't
if you saw them and you were
be,
like,
yeah. I guess I
or
wouldn't
they
say.
hung out with your friend group or whatever.
Yeah, I guess my most recent ex I was talking about. I guess I wouldn't say like to be friends with her, but to be acquaintances where you catch up. Because like in my case, I've known her since I was 12. You know, like I know her family, she knows my family. If I were to catch up with her and hang out once just to catch up,
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
that's different than being like friends that text on a consistent basis. I'd say that's different.
Yeah. And maybe I'll see them every once in a while. I have no idea where my exes are, honestly.
Yeah, it's not like I'm hanging out with her all the time. That would be weird. And probably a bad idea in general for people to do that.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it if you're both emotionally capable of it. Because it's a person in the end, not just like a girlfriend / boyfriend and nothing else
Yeah, I
that
think
you're like you were
depends-
close with.
It depends on the circumstances. Like, say there's a group of like 5 people that hang out all the time and they have been for years. Say they play Dungeons and Dragons together as a group or something, and then like one of them, a hookup is also different than like dating for years. Like if you date for like 2 years and then break up, you probably shouldn't be hanging out every day after that. Unless you're both single, like you said, then who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But like if you're dating someone else and you dated that person for like 2 years and you hang out every day, that's weird. That's very weird and probably going to end bad.
Yeah.
Yes, your current partner would be probably upset about it.
So
I mean,
same
I
answer
could
as
see-
any other card we draw is it depends.
Don't get me wrong. Like you could still be, depending on the circumstances, you could still be decent friends with somebody that's your ex. But I will say, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look good at the very least.
And it usually doesn't end well.
I mean, if it's like the situation that you were just talking about, where it's a small friend group to begin with, and then there's not much you can do about it.
Except all date each other and be a giant orgy.
Nice.
Like a
Solution.
6 or 7 way relationship.
If you're friends with somebody in a friend group, or if your ex is in your friend group, you can hang out with them and talk to them. But
Like when you're with your friend.
when you're with your other friends,
Right, not like, hey,
Yeah.
you want to come over after
Yeah.
dinner? Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do the Marry Fuck Kill?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We'll do that.
Go for it.
All right, so marry, fuck, kill. Chips and salsa, bread and butter, breadsticks and marinara.
So the reason why we did these specific foods
Specifically.
is because they're all like stuff that you get before main course. So
At the
initially I wanted it to be like a free stuff that you get before a meal, because like a lot of times a restaurant will bring, if it's a Mexican restaurant, they'll give you chips and salsa.
Which is awesome that they give you
If
that
it's like a
for free.
steakhouse, they'll
Rolls
give
from-
you like a rolls.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like the brown bread or whatever. But the marinara and bread, and that's not really free.
They never
We'll
give away the
pretend it
marinara
is.
for
No,
free.
they
Whatever,
don't give the
you
marinara
get-
for free, but still.
Yeah. Old Italian secret. The marinara is never free.
I'm killing the marinara.
Everyone is, bro.
I'm not.
Yeah,
You're
I was
not?
gonna say he's
No.
not.
All right, well, everybody but you are, because...
No, I'm killing the bread and butter, man. Marrying me the chips and salsa. I already live off that shit.
Marinussi.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one at a time.
All right.
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I was trying to think. I'm definitely
Well, if you don't know, we can
killing.
start with her.
I'm definitely killing marinara.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry chips and salsa, even though I think that the Texas Roadhouse, if we're counting that as bread and butter, that's probably the best on the list, or out of all those.
I don't know, man.
But-
Red
Stuff it-
Lobster, bro?
Ooh, cheddar biscuits.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
That shit's
That's not.
Fire.
But that's not bread and butter. That's
It's a form of
biscuit.
it, but it's biscuit.
Whatever. I figured.
either way though. The Texas Roadhouse is the best on the list for me, but I don't have Texas Roadhouse or any steakhouse really as much as I have Mexican food. So
Oh,
if I
yeah.
went to Mexican, if you're telling me like I can only fuck chips and salsa, or if I have to kill them, like it's no. If I can go to the Mexican restaurant and I can only have chips and salsa 1 out of 4 times I go there, I'm not doing it.
That's the whole point. And then you use the chips to eat your beans and rice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. We had Mexican last night.
I did
Do you
too.
think I'm crazy if I told you I never thought to do that?
I do it every time.
Your beans with
The
You're
bean-
also not
with
as
the
fat
refried
as us.
beans?
The
Yeah.
beans and rice.
Yeah.
I always
I don't do
leave.
the beans and rice. I just get the beans and I'll do the because it's got the cheese on it.
Because
too.
I usually just leave it. I'm like, they give me so much beans and rice, and I don't eat it.
You
Because I have
to. It's
because
good.
I have an entree, and that comes with it. And they give me so much.
No.
I ate the chips and salsa, and I ate my entree, and then I leave a plate of beans and
No.
rice. I
Love
never.
beans and rice.
It's not. I'm saying it's a good idea. I just didn't even think to use the chips with the.
Yeah, it's
Anyways,
good.
all right.
That's
Moving
what I
on.
did last night.
And
So
when you
you're
cut
rem-
up your burrito, you can use it for that too.
Because yesterday when we were working, we went and ate Mexican.
Rio.
It was in a different county.
Okay.
Anyway, we ate Mexican, and then I only ate half the food, so I got a to-go plate. And then I was like,
Chips.
"Yeah." I grabbed the
Oh,
chips,
yeah.
and I just went,
That's what we
dumped
do.
and closed it. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Let's
Every
go."
time.
Mexican food is.
So that's what I
fucking
ate for
fire,
dinner
Before
bro.
we
last
finish,
night.
like, hey, can we get some more chips?
Yeah,
Can we get some boxes to go?
yeah.
All right.
So you're marrying chips and salsa, you're fucking bread and butter, and you're killing marinara.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. I'm
Yep.
marrying chips and salsa. I'm fucking with breadsticks and marinara. And yeah, I can kill bread and butter.
Marinussi.
I mean, I get that, honestly. I feel that. I'm marrying chips and salsa, not for what you said, but additionally, I think it tastes better.
Yes.
I just
It's just
prefer.
you get to dip something. It's
Yeah, I like chips and
Just feels
salsa
It's
more
like
than
fresh.
the rest.
yeah.
I've never been a big fan of breadsticks and marinara to begin with, so I'm killing that off the bat.
You were just talking about how Fazoli's breadsticks was
We
busting.
were talking about that. We were going to
Busting.
talk about this, and I was saying that Fazoli's has the only breadsticks that I ever thought was busting.
Yeah.
You never had crazy bread.
I haven't. I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
busting.
Crazy bread is
busting.
totally
I don't-
busting.
I don't get breadsticks very often, but every time I do, I'm disappointed. Except for Fazoli's, which I don't go to like ever. I just remember that being the only good thing that they have.
Yeah. Unlimited breadsticks, but it takes an arm and a leg to flag down someone to refill your breadsticks.
Olive Garden breadsticks. bro.
Olive Garden's pretty good.
Yeah, no,
Soup
I don't-
salad breadsticks.
I
is
that
a
is
pretty good
this-
combo
Wait,
meal, man.
do those come with marinara?
No.
dude.
Son of a
Marinara
bitch.
is always extra.
Olive Garden, I fucks with Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Their salad is
What?
amazing. It's weird. I hate saying it.
You get the soup
felt
salad and
weird
breadsticks,
saying
man.
it, but the Caesar salad there is good. If you ever go there during lunch,
I mean, I believe the Caesar
dude,
salad's good.
if you
Caesar
go to
salad's good.
Fazoli's during lunch hours, you get bottomless ravioli, bottomless with options of 3 different sauces. Yeah, so you get like marinara ravioli.
Fazoli's not good,
Then you,
bro.
well, yeah, I'm not saying it's great.
But bottomless.
It's not like Bellinote or a fancy Italian restaurant or anything. It's a middle ground place, but it's good. But their breadsticks are trash. The breadsticks are not good. It's just bread in the shape of a stick.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Mind blown.
Anyways, I'm marrying chips and salsa because it's fire, and I'm
So the same
killing
thing as-
marinara. So yeah.
Why are you fucking the bread?
Because it
And go over that.
is
Have you
mushy
ever seen a sexy loaf
It's
of bread
supple.
before?
with the
fresh out
butter
of the
soaking
oven?
it up. I bet if you microwave the butter and stick it in the middle,
Nice warm loaf of bread.
The brussy.
The brussy.
Brucey.
I feel like most of ours are the same because I would kill marinara because I could take it or leave it. It's yummy sometimes. I don't care that much about it. I would marry chips and salsa because I really like them and I could eat them all the time. In fact, there's been times where I've lived off them for a couple days. So that's like a nice long-term rest of your life type of thing. And then I would fuck the bread and butter because it's like so yummy. It's almost an erotic experience. But I don't get it that often, so.
So when we were coming up with this idea,
with bread.
I was wondering what you would marry because honestly, I know you like chips and salsa, but if you could pick one food to eat for the rest of your life, it would be butter.
By itself.
It would be a tub of butter.
That's true. I am all
So,
about the butter.
I thought you were gonna marry bread and butter, even though you don't like bread. Because you want the butter.
A Texas Roadhouse. I love that bread. To me, it's more of a dessert. It's so good.
I feel like you would prefer chips and salsa
It's
if
like
it
a
was chips and
donut.
butter. Just a
That doesn't
dip
sound very good.
chips in butter.
What are you eating butter on that's not bread?
Dude, I made Mongolian stir fry and she put fucking butter on it.
To be fair, it'd
Anything.
probably be pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's not
Anything
bad.
that's hot enough
That's what
to
they do at
melt it.
restaurants. They
Yeah,
put butter on
steak,
everything.
man.
Anything that's hot enough to melt it.
Yeah.
Butter
Yeah.
on steak, bro.
So, yeah, I've put butter on steak,
Dude, fucking
curry,
yeah,
everything.
chicken tikka masala,
Needs
Butter.
more butter.
butter.
big
It's all
chunk.
fat.
She needs butter on it.
So
It's
good.
cream.
Anything that's served hot. If salad was served hot, she'd put butter on it. She'd put butter on anything.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Hot salad.
Okay,
Hashtag Amish.
make her pick one of these.
Mm-hmm.
For you.
Want to pick a poop one?
Yeah,
Yes,
because
please.
Pistachio chose it with his butt.
Oh, I thought you meant one about poop.
Oh no, I meant the one that he
Oh.
pooped on.
There's
Oh,
literal.
no.
feces
I'm not
on
as
that.
Maybe a
interested
knife.
anymore.
These
would
are
be-
hard.
A
A
knife.
poop knife.
A knife.
What is your stance on washing your hands after taking a piss?
Don't do it.
I'll do it if someone else is in the bathroom.
If
and
I
will
pee on
judge
my
me.
hands,
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
if someone else is in the bathroom and will judge me, I'll do it.
Yeah, because
Most
Most of the time
outside of that,
I'll-
I'll do it every third
I usually
time.
have Germex like in my purse or in my car. I'm like, I'm gonna
If
use some
I'm at a-
Germex.
Yeah, I use hand sanitizer
look.
a lot.
If I'm at, I mean, I wash my hands the majority of the time. If I'm at a restaurant, I'm washing my hands for sure. If I go take
Yeah.
a piss.
Same. I
If
mean,
I'm
I
at a
wash my
bar-
hands
Oh yeah, the
without-
bar. It's just like
Yeah,
I gotta
this is-
go.
this is
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like
You know what? I do wash my hands quite a bit now that I think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But still, I'm not upset about it.
And
If-
it depends. For me, a big contender or what it depends on is the drying options. If it's an air dryer,
True.
I hate those things.
I'm not using an air dryer.
Facts.
Yeah. I
Facts.
cannot. They just spew
They
all
take
over my
too
hands.
long.
I mean,
and
if
then
I'm
it
at a
just
gas
takes
station-
the shit air out of
if-
the room and just blows on
If
your
I'm at a
hands.
gas station, I'm washing my hands because those places are nasty. But if they have an air dryer, I'm washing my hands with my fucking shirt.
Yeah. If they have paper towels, then I'm probably gonna wash my hands. Take the opportunity. Air dryer, then probably not.
Dude, if I'm at a gas station and they have paper towels, I'm not even touching the doorknob with my hand.
Yeah.
I'm washing my hands,
I'll
but
wash
I'm gonna
my
be
hands,
like,
dry my hands off,
Yeah.
and then grab it with the fucking towel and then toss
That's what
it.
I do. Or I pull down my sleeve and use my sleeve as a glove for those doors.
Because I just wash my hand. You know that doorknob's disgusting.
yeah. I'll use like my elbow or something.
Probably how I got pink eye from
I mean, if
urgent
it's a
care.
doorknob, though.
They're doorknobs.
Ironically.
pink eye happens because we spend time on our cell phones
Yeah,
on the toilet now.
So she was recently sick. She's better now.
Kind
I
of.
thought she had pink eye. I don't think she did. Her
Was
eyes
she-
were super red, like she was stoned.
Was
But
she eating your ass?
that's neither here nor there.
but was she?
No. But she didn't really have the symptoms of pink eye. They didn't itch, and I would have gotten it.
Yeah, he would have gotten it immediately.
It was definitely something else. I don't know what it was though. Anyways,
Viral conjunctivitis. I googled. Probably what it was.
we need to stop farting in your
We had a
face.
guy at work. Oh, that reminded me. We had a guy at work the other day. He called out of work because he had pink eye.
It sucks to work with pink eye.
And I mean, it is what it is.
Super contagious.
But
too.
we asked him. We were like, "This dude is fucking gross as shit too," and we were like, "Oh, like what'd you do? Eat your wife's ass or something?" And he's like, "No, man, I did that on Friday, so I don't think that I would still have it by now." And he wasn't even kidding, bro. I was like.
I like how that's such a normal conversation for him.
Yeah.
Wait, who was that?
The one that answered it?
Yeah, who called in because he had pink eye?
Don't know.
I don't know him.
No guy.
Okay.
If you could die and come back as any inanimate object, what would it be?
Dildo.
Dildo.
Yeah.
We both said it.
Really.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a chance it might be a guy's dildo.
Yeah, man.
But that's a risk you're
Would
willing
it
to
not?
take.
Give me a tissue.
Would it not get boring? Is that your choice, AJ?
No, I think it was funny, but no.
Okay.
You're gonna be locked up in a fucking.
You're gonna be
Because
in a
people hide their
drawer.
dildos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Unless they're
hidden
professionals.
all the time, and then dunked in all kinds of
Oh, I
places.
got a good one.
Being a bra would be pretty awesome.
Stripper pole.
Ooh, yeah, stripper pole.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So much
Well,
herpes.
except for
Yeah.
boys' night.
You'll be covered with herpes and hepatitis.
Stripper pole's a good one though.
Yeah.
But if you're a bra, though, then you're gonna be like
So what are the
sweaty
sanitation standards for operating a
and
stripper pole in a strip club? Like, do they actually wipe those things
muggy all
down?
the time.
Well, they have to so that they're
Yeah.
like they oil them up so they can slide around.
no,
No,
did you
the
know
pole
that they,
spins.
Did you
It
know that
spins.
yeah.
The pole spins.
I didn't know that until like a
What?
few years ago.
If they oiled it, they wouldn't be able to get a grip on it.
It's like stationary, but
Yeah.
it like twists.
Pole,
Yeah, the pole is
itself
the pole is
spins.
spinning.
Yeah,
the
it's
girl is
bullshit,
not.
isn't it?
But
I
the
was-
mount's
She's
I was
not
pissed
spinning
off
around
too when
it.
I found out about it.
Why?
Wait, no. Not all
Yes.
of them do because
they do.
I've spun around on a stripper pole before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right, so that
Maybe-
that one
maybe
Real
it
ones
wasn't
with
on,
real
or-
strippers.
that one was also in Greece.
Yeah, they just
They just greased
because
That
you
was
would,
just a
you'd
pole.
get
I
burned.
greased the bowl in Greece.
It's like, that was just a pole, dude.
I feel like if you came back as like a cup in a bar, that would be wild.
You wouldn't live very long.
That would be fucking disgusting. People would
You'd be
puke
broken.
into you.
Not here for a long time, just for a good time, bro.
Yeah. But you get to see all sorts of shit go down.
Yeah. I feel like
Being the mirror in a bar.
and
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Puke and piss all the time is all
Yeah.
you see.
Oh, I mean, in the women's side.
Still,
But
the
still, you'd
same,
see
it's
so
the
many
same
dr-
answer.
But you'd see everybody railing coke off the toilets
Yeah,
and
you would.
shit.
Who's doing coke off the toilet though?
It's like,
you're
who's
a fucking
pooping in the
degenerate.
coke room?
Classy people.
I'm telling you right now, if I was a cokehead, I would have like a mirror in my wallet.
Yeah.
I would not do that shit.
People
Put
do that.
your nose on a toilet?
Yeah. On the back of the toilet.
They use countertops.
But there's all the yeah.
Let's be real.
They use their cell phone.
could be a
Oh,
GoPro,
yeah, that's true.
a
wanna
GoPro
scratch the
that
screen
a
with
scientist puts on one of those animals that runs around. Like they put GoPros on dolphins.
Oh yeah. I've seen them put
Only
it on
you would
dogs
have
and
that
stuff.
idea.
Like, because I would get tired of being in one spot for so long.
A GoPro
If-
on a cat. Yeah, but
and
the
if I-
they're only going to use that a couple times, and then
Are GoPros disposable?
I'll come back as a fucking fighter jet, dude.
Yeah, but then you spend 30 years in the fucking boneyard before the chops go.
Doesn't matter.
If I had to be like a object that didn't move, I would choose to be one of those like ancient buildings that are still standing in like Italy or
For
Europe
now,
somewhere.
Still standing.
Yeah, the
The
ones that have
buildings in
been
Italy
there
have
for
been
like
holding on for a long time.
1,000 years.
Yeah.
Probably stick around a while longer. I feel like that'd be interesting to watch.
You're gonna get a fucking disease, dude.
Sudden outbreak of bird flu.
He's quarantined from the dirty outside boips. It's a clean little quarantined guy. Okay, so
Yes, but
said
you don't,
so you
know
don't
if-
get
yeah,
diseases
you're just
What?
playing
from
with birds
cats.
on the outside.
Because they're not wild cats.
what was your choice, AJ?
Dildo.
I think I just agreed with stripper pole.
Yeah, we're changing the stripper pole.
What about
Okay.
TV? Could
No,
you watch what you project?
Watch yourself.
I don't think so.
Oh God, you
can
end up
hear
being
it,
a TV
though.
in a porn addict's house.
You could hear it.
So all you got to feel is just this dude just jerking off every 45 minutes.
Oh.
Honestly, TV's not a bad idea, even if you can't see it.
You can still
if
hear
you could
it.
just hear it, because I mean, I feel like whatever you
But
choose,
it's like, am I going to
is-
constantly be a TV, or do I have a lifespan?
whatever you choose, I feel like is gonna get boring. You're gonna be locked away, whatever. But a TV, you can at least hear what they're watching.
Would you rather date a 9 with a really annoying voice or a 4 with the sexiest voice ever?
9.
9.
with an annoying voice.
I think I would go for the 4.
That's the
That's
gender
female.
difference.
Yeah, I think
That's
that might be
female
a gender
logic.
difference.
Okay.
Anything that's coming out of their mouth is annoying anyway.
Yeah.
Are they a woman?
Yeah.
Then I choose the 9.
You can always make them not talk. Yeah.
Okay, this question I have for guys and not from the cards, but it's what me and Courtney were asking you is if you had a chance to be with a 10, what would be like your
deal
turn
breaker?
off, your deal breaker? What
Country
turns you
accent.
away? Yeah, he has a
Country
repulsion
accent.
for country accents.
Might as well have a dick. If you have a
Not
country accent,
necessarily
Yes.
country, but if you sound like trailer trash, there are
kind of-
different country
Wait,
accents.
Whoa. Isn't this just what was on the card?
what?
What?
You saying that you
An
because of the
annoying
voice?
Yeah. That's
You are
literally
saying
what
that
she
the
just
voices
said.
are the
if
deal
it was a
breaker.
9 with a country
Yeah, we're
accent.
like
Oh,
the
yeah.
9.
Would
Yeah,
you
it
rather
is.
take the 4?
So
Oh.
what about a 9 with a country accent versus a 4 with a
I
sexy?
don't know. It's still a 9.
Yeah. Let's still do the 9.
Okay.
Get away from the beer. Still do the 10.
I saw him. He was about to
Oh,
die.
that's why he
In
was
all
over on
reality,
me.
if they're a 10, I'm probably going for it even
Yeah,
if she
they're-
has. If there is anything to turn me off from her, it would be a country accent, though.
Okay.
Herpes.
I told y'all what mine was.
Yeah.
But
Or
I
she
forgot
didn't
what
wipe
I
enough.
said. It was like being a liar.
Eh,
Yeah.
I'll deal with
Yeah.
it. I can
don't
deal
wanna
with If she's a 10, I'll deal with anything.
Yeah, the deal breaker is lying.
Yeah.
What counts as like lying about where they were, what they were
Yeah.
doing, or just
Oh,
Yeah, if you can't trust somebody, then that's a deal breaker.
yeah. It's pretty
So
straightforward.
it's pretty much lying. If
Are we
you're-
just
if you're
talking
untrust-
relationships, though?
Yeah. Or just a one-time.
Yeah,
We're
what's
talking-
a
yeah,
deal
we're talking
breaker
about,
with a
yeah,
10?
like if a 10 was trying to get with you,
Oh.
what would make you
Are we
turn
talking
them
about
down?
a one-night stand, or are we talking about a relationship? Because those are two different things.
It can
I was
start as one and
picturing...
The
the
only
other.
deal breaker a
Say
10 would be for a one-night stand would be a
relationship.
penis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But
is...
what if their penis is also a 10?
I don't know, man.
That's,
You're just like, it's the most glorious penis I've ever seen.
you stumped him.
Yeah. They're just like, she's a 10, and then she takes off her pants, and there's the most beautiful penis you've ever seen in your life.
To be honest, if it's a one-night stand, I'll deal with pretty much anything if she's...
I'd have to see them.
Relationships...
Shoot somebody.
That's a whole different conversation. Like you said, lying and shit, that's worse than a country accent.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking more like one-night stand.
If we're talking about a one-night stand, I'd probably have to see them shoot somebody.
It depends on who they shoot.
Or
with.
like,
do you think she'll get caught?
or like stomp out a puppy.
Yeah, that would definitely be
Damn,
it.
bro, that's pretty. Curb stomping a puppy might be the might
deal
be
breaker. I'd be like,
might be the line
oh.
there. I'm gonna draw the line there.
What if a really messy house
Yeah.
I don't care.
for a one night stand?
She was
Didn't
not
you turn down
anywhere
a
close to a 10.
because her house was
She
messy?
was not
Was
a
that
10.
episode
She was-
1 or episode 2 or 3?
She could have
Burning
been
Bridges.
a 4.
Episode 3. Yeah, she was probably a 4.
Yeah,
When I
she
was sober, she was a
She was
4.
like a 4. If she was a 10, you would have been all about it. Like, all right, push the trash away. I'll make a path. I'll build a path to
That's
the
so
bedroom.
true, honestly.
There's a whole episode of Friends about that. Would you give up sex to be able to dunk? Wait.
Oh, damn, that's kind of sick, though.
See, I don't do sports.
Yeah, but if you could
When
jump.
I first read it,
But I
thought
could just go to a pickup game looking like shit and be like, I'm going to dunk on these foos.
Bro.
No, my answer
The
is no.
dunk, no, I would not give up sex to be able to dunk. Although it would be sick,
It would
but
be
it would
fun.
be like, no, it's not worth it. Because
No.
if I was a different age, no, actually no.
No.
I was gonna say because if I was like
you're like 90.
if I was like 13 and could dunk, you become a millionaire because you're going to the NBA, bro. Or
Be
you'll
a
like
wizard for your whole life. But
Yeah.
still be able to dunk,
You're a
though.
millionaire virgin.
virgin
For your whole
Yeah,
life.
for your
yeah.
life. I know.
Then when you're like still...
It would be the only time that I would truly consider it.
Then when you're old and senile, you're still dunking on people. 90-year-old man. Rolls up in the hood, starts dunking on everyone.
Who's the one person in the world you would least want to bang your significant other?
Oh God. Elon Musk is definitely one.
Well,
My
R.I.P.,
mom?
but definitely that black dude with the giant dong.
Did he
Also
die?
that.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
there's a
been
lot
down.
of those.
Family and friends excluded.
I wouldn't care as
Ooh,
much.
No, the politician woman. I actually know someone at work who really wants to bang her.
Oh,
AOC?
What?
Pelosi.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Pelosi.
Nancy
God,
Pelosi.
no.
Nancy Pelosi. That's my answer.
To bang your significant other?
Yeah.
I would be
I mean,
a lot
Feinstein's
more
worse than
weirded out
Pelosi.
if Trump banged my significant
Oh.
other than
No,
Pelosi.
I'd rather you bang Trump than Nancy Pelosi.
Any porn star with a giant cock, I would not want anywhere
So
around.
it's just gonna be like it's ruined now.
But that
I don't
doesn't
know.
necessarily
My
mean
girlfriend banged
anything,
Johnny
though.
fucking Sins, bro. That's bragging rights.
No, it's not.
No.
Giant
you're
cocks
right,
are
it's
really
not.
overrated. It's true.
Ron
Yeah,
Jeremy.
but that doesn't matter. That's not what we're asking.
Ron
we're
Jeremy,
asking,
on the other hand.
Okay,
you know,
why
I
wouldn't
be too
you
mad
want
about.
that? Because you're afraid it would be too good, or
He also makes a really good Mario.
what's the logic?
because somebody would. No, I'm not worried about it being too good. It would just be people would be talking about it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't really care. If I was with somebody, I wouldn't really care who they had been with before. It wouldn't really be that big of a deal.
That's fair.
But if you had to choose somebody, like I wouldn't want to be fucking Johnny Sins' ex-girlfriend.
I gotcha.
You know.
Okay, yeah. Just because of
She's always gonna be his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
the social aspect.
Yeah.
People talking.
I wouldn't really care. Like at the end of the day, wouldn't really care. But it would be annoying because people would be talking about it. Every time you introduce somebody to your girlfriend, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, she's really nice. Do you know she used to fuck Johnny Sins?" Like,
Oh God. John Schnatter, Papa John. He's just so greasy.
Dude, I feel like banging a girl who banged him would smell like pizza.
I know. It'd just be covered in grease constantly.
Hey, if you're craving pizza and you're drunk, just eat her out, man. I'm telling you.
I'm just thinking about what's his name, Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But I'd just be like, oh, it's just Danny DeVito.
It really wouldn't be that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'd be like,
It would
oh,
be
Danny
gross,
DeVito's
but it would
funny.
also be just kind of like
It'd be kind of
pretty
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, but
I-
how sexy is funny? If
know.
you're trying to get it on
I'm
and you're
just-
laughing,
If I was in a relationship, I would honestly hold that over that person's head.
But if it's like Danny DeVito, I'd just be like, oh well, you had your one.
You didn't do the dishes last week. Yeah, well, you fucked Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Would you give up 1 inch of your dick for 6 inches of height, or vice versa?
I'm happy with my height.
I'm good with my height.
I don't want to give up either. And I'm not that desperate for either. So I'm good.
But coming in at 5'6".
Now,
with,
if I was
I'd be
like
huge.
if I was like a
Yeah.
if I was like a midget or I had like a micro penis or something, then maybe I'd change my answer. But
6 inches. Okay.
Midgets are kinda
Okay.
hungry,
So
bro.
I'd be 6'4".
or they look that way.
Oh no,
No, they probably.
they are hungry.
So I'm about
I'd be-
8 inches.
I feel like
I'd be
being tall is
6'4".
overrated. Being tall is overrated.
Well, it depends on some.
Yeah.
I don't need to be tall. Some girls like that.
I was gonna say you're like minority in that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
my previous 2
I'm the tallest guy
relationships,
she's ever dated.
except for my very first
Oh,
boyfriend.
you're
also,
like 5'10".
I've had a long string of guys who are like my height or shorter.
Well, I'm also like the only. I'm 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". I'm also like.
You're the same height as me.
I'm also the first white guy she's dated.
Except for my first boyfriend.
Except, yeah.
First American after my first
Yeah, she's mostly dated Hispanics and.
I remember you telling me that.
Europeans.
They're white.
Any Middle Eastern?
I had a really big crush on
Fucking dancing
a
around.
Saudi guy.
Talk to Middle Easterns.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, like-
I had like a type.
Okay, so what are our choices?
Anyways,
I'm taking the
staying
inch.
where I'm
I'm
at.
taking an inch off
Wait,
my
do you
height.
have to pick one?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm taking an inch off my height.
Wait. Is it 1 inch for your height and 6 inches for your penis?
You either
No.
cut off
So,
1 inch either way.
6 inches for the
1
height.
inch either way.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm an inch shorter. Fuck yeah.
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 No, the height is 6 inches, so you could get a one
One
inch
inch
longer
give
to
up
get a
one
dick
inch
and be
off
6
your
inches
dick
shorter.
to get 6 inches taller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or
That's what I'm saying. I would just go 1 inch shorter on my height and get 6 more inches of dick.
No. The opposite. The dick is 1 inch at a time.
Yeah.
The height is 6 inches. So I'm getting 6 inches shorter.
and have a 1 inch longer dick.
Yeah.
Or
for an
Oh,
1
so
inch
it's not a
longer.
6
this or
inches
that.
taller
It's just
and
would
have a
you
1
do
inch
it?
longer.
No, it is a this or that. 6 inches shorter or taller with 1 inch longer or shorter penis.
Yeah.
Your penis is 1 inch longer or 1 inch shorter. Your height is 6 inches taller
Definitely
or
fit
6
in a
inches
tub
shorter.
better.
That's a.
Once you get to a certain
How do you
height,
come up with things that
Taking an
that's
inch
a good
off my
point?
because that's something I think about a lot. Is just like I'm too tall to take a comfortable bath in American tubs.
So I'm like 5'10" and a half ish. What?
Okay.
My ID says 5'11". Anyway.
Because that's what you told them.
Um,
I'm taking an
Yeah.
inch off the dick, bro.
no, I'm doing the opposite. Not because I want it longer, but because I don't want it shorter. I'm happy
Yeah.
with where it's
Yeah,
at.
but if you go
but I don't want it
longer,
shorter.
then you're going to be 6 inches shorter, bro. That's the question.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I am fine with being 6 inches shorter, I think. Let's stand up.
5'4".
Me?
Yeah.
I'd be 5'6".
How tall are you? 5'11"?
5'10", 5'11".
Okay, so you'd be
5'10".
like
5'4".
Like that?
5'4".
How tall are you?
5'6". I mean, I've been with guys this height. I don't.
You would get
It'd be weird
you would
looking
get
up to her, though.
bitched out, dude.
It'd be weird looking up to her. Okay, I changed my answer.
Yeah.
I changed my answer. I'll take an inch off my dick.
And be 6 inches tall.
Rogelio can deal with it.
I can just slouch.
No, 6 inches didn't seem like a lot when I was thinking about it, but you're right. It's a big deal.
Okay, what is it that is bothersome about being short as a guy?
So I think
Other than like the cultural
for
stereotype.
some
that
people, I
girls
think it's a
only
big-
like tall guys.
bigger deal than I think it is.
Yeah.
But I just visualizing it in my mind.
What's the feeling you have by having to look up a little bit at me?
Because you're a little bitch, dude. If you're 5'4", like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Well,
I
there's a
wouldn't.
safety aspect
Yeah,
of it.
I wouldn't, but you
people
could.
would look at me as more vulnerable, but
You would be more vulnerable.
honestly, it was more of a visual thing for me.
Yeah.
Not even psychological. I think like looking
Psycho-
around the room, I feel like I can see less.
Yeah.
Or
You're in the bar, and it's
I
like all you
feel
can
like
see other people's
even,
asses.
Even if it's not true, I feel like I can do less. I feel like I can
You
reach
definitely
less.
could do less.
Trying to go through a fucking crowd.
It would be harder to do things.
Like I feel like I can at 5'10", 5'11", I can see.
Think
better.
about how close you'd have to be to the fucking steering wheel, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't get shit
That would
off
get
the
old.
top shelf, bro. You're at the fucking grocery store.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
already use fucking kitchen appliances to get shit off the shelf. So
Yeah.
fuck that.
you're right.
It's another dick one.
Damn, though, I'd be 6 something.
Yeah.
Be
Be like 6'5".
tall as shit. Because either way, you're gaining and losing. So I'll lose an inch and gain 6 inches.
Do you rather fuck in the same position for the rest of your life or only be able to jerk off to one porn video?
I'm quite the porn connoisseur. This troubles me.
I think
I'm what
I
you
feel
would call maybe a
think-
porn historian.
I think one porn video, to be honest.
I say one position, but only because I'm pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
We both are, thankfully.
Damn, bro.
No, wait.
That was a
I should have
slight burn.
said because we're pretty vanilla. I should have said it that way.
No, dude. I'm just watching one porn video for the rest of my life. To be honest, I probably watch it like, hundreds of times. Let's be real. But still,
One man, one jar.
yeah. I
that
just
count as
wouldn't.
porn?
I just. For somebody.
Now I'm fucking curious. I kind of want you to send me that video just so I
No,
never seen
no,
It's kind of
no.
Which
Never
one?
seen it?
I haven't seen it.
no,
but I know what
not
happens.
one man, one jar. I'm talking about whatever the fuck video you're talking about.
No, I said I would only pick one video, and I would probably watch it hundreds of times.
Oh, I thought you said one
there
video
is a
because you
video.
only watch one video, let's be honest, hundreds of times. I thought you said that. So I was like,
That would
okay,
be
now in my mind, I'm
psychopath.
like, what fucking video? I bet I've seen it. I need to know which it is.
That would be psychotic, bro.
It would, but it made
No,
me curious.
I would only do one video.
Of course, there are some
Just
that are like 8
because-
hours long.
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I would get tired of it, and at that point, I would just seek out sex.
Oh, so
way
you're
more.
doing it.
Stop jerking
You're
off.
Yeah.
doing it so that you would stop jerking off, and I see.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's not a bad
Yeah,
point.
I would
It's
just
a
be
pretty
like,
good point.
because at the end of the day, it's like
Do you know how much
you
more
jerk off
productive in my
less
free
and
time
you
I'd
have
be?
more sex.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was single, I'd probably pick that choice. I'm only picking my choice because we really only do one position, and yeah.
You have it. Is there something that makes you automatically swipe right on Tinder?
Big jugs.
If they're a 10,
Yeah,
What's a 10?
big jugs.
well, that depends.
Exactly. What's
There's not one thing that
so you
would.
just know a 10 when you see it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
You
there's
can't
there's
really
not one
describe it.
there's not one. It's not like, oh,
So,
she has a bird, I'm
I
gonna
think
swipe
that
right.
they're probably asking more or less like, if there's a dog in the picture.
Yeah.
Or, like,
there's
if they're,
Dog
nothing.
can only cover up so much.
There's not one factor that would have me swipe right.
If they're hot.
Yeah.
Pretty much the general overall of the
You know, for me, I went through, and because I realized it was a trend, I cropped the eyebrows out of every single match I had on Tinder, and I, like, realized I go for, like, thick black eyebrows. That was, like, the one common denominator among all of them. It wasn't, like, height or whatever. It was, like, brunettes with... If they were blonde, I don't like blondes, but if they had the eyebrows, then I would go for it. It's the eyebrows for me. And that they don't have, like, a psychopathic look in their eyes, which some guys
What's
have.
an automatic swipe left? I know you're going to say a fucking fish.
No, blonde hair.
Fish. No, the fish.
Swipe left?
The fish are inversely related
What?
to the size of their penis.
If they're blonde, for her. She
Huh?
hates blondes.
Oh.
Yeah, blonde eyebrows, you go. The fish are inversely related to the size of the penis. So if a guy had like a minnow like this big, that would be funny. I'd swipe right, maybe,
That's
if
pretty
he had
much
the
what I
eyebrows.
catch.
And then the guy's
He
a
has
shark.
he has a fucking slinger.
Dong.
Slinger.
I got a bass about that big before. I didn't even know it was on the line. I thought I got caught. I thought I was dragging in some.
Should have
Some
put it on
algae.
your Tinder profile,
Yeah.
bro. Chicks will be thinking you're swinging a baseball bat over
Yeah.
here.
An automatic swipe left for me is, unless they're like super hot, is blue hair.
Just blue
no,
or colored hair in general.
Blue hair.
So not
Yeah.
like pink
for me,
or purple.
no. I don't mind. I don't care what color
I think
hair.
if it's colored anything besides
If
like
if they
blonde, brown, or black.
if they say like she her,
I didn't want to say it, but that's what I meant.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's kind of one
Or-
of the things
or
that I don't
they,
know. I'm just
them.
like,
No, this
No.
fucking asshole.
if they say she her or they them, I'm just like, we're not gonna get along.
yeah, it's just there's going to be some differences here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, no, that's
Live
what I
my
was
life.
trying to say in a roundabout way about being nice about it. But to be honest, like if they say she, her, or they, them, whatever on their bio, it's
on.
an automatic swipe left.
Yeah.
I don't care if. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand if you're trying to support people, but also at the same time, that shit's so annoying.
If you put it
It's
like
annoying.
as the beginning of your bio on Tinder, then it's probably you're like a big
Well,
deal
guess
to you.
what? Nowadays, if you go on Tinder, which I'm sure, obviously, you have not been on there for a long time. If you go on there, they ask you that.
Yeah, they
So
do now.
it's
I'm not surprised.
So it's on everybody's now.
I'm not surprised.
All right, so we're gonna do one more card, and then we're just gonna call it a podcast. It's been pretty chill actually, but
That's all right.
it's good though. We've had good conversations. Normally we're just like, Fart joke.
Yeah.
Like, insert fart joke.
Fart
We
joke.
did. Hey, look, we still talked about me shitting in my bathroom. So
That's
if you
true.
came from that content, they got it in the very beginning.
That's true.
Also,
These cards are good too.
song
Hey,
I've been
you
listening
should
to
put
lately.
like some sort of like mention with whoever the fuck makes these cards.
It's Barstool Sports.
Yeah, or inadvertently advertising for them.
Yeah.
Oh, like put them in the mention.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, but we're
I
also
have a
not getting paid
question.
too, so no.
What's the time and the reason that you guys last cried?
Crying.
But also,
It's
anytime
mainly
the Lion
for-
King is on.
Yeah,
That's why I
mainly
can't
for
watch
AJ
Lion
because
King
I
ever
don't know
again.
what makes AJ cry. I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I feel like I've maybe almost seen him cry.
Been dating for 3 years, boys.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Made it 3 years.
If your RuneScape account was wiped out.
Dude, you would
probably
cry.
would.
That would be a big.
It's like 15 years of
Dude.
progress.
That
no,
would be-
I'm over 20 at
20
this
years of
point.
progress.
That would be devastating. I would probably cry before you.
You would.
I gotta think
Your
about
RuneScape
dude, we
got
should
wiped
delete it.
out.
it. I will fucking murder
You would quit though. I feel like you would quit.
Move on to Diablo 4.
I feel like you would quit. You'd be like so pissed off about it. You'd be like,
He never
No.
speak to you again.
No, I've made so many new accounts. Actually, the main one I'm using now, I made less than a decade ago. And I made it farther than I ever made it. But I do have one account that's over 20 years now. Or no. It'll be 20 years in a few months
Okay.
for my main. Anyways.
Not that you're counting.
Yeah, when did you last cry, AJ?
I honestly can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's when my grandma died.
That's fair.
I didn't cry when my grandfather died. But I felt it in my heart.
Yeah.
Your heart cried.
Yeah, no, I don't normally cry at the. When I say cried, I may have. My eyes may have watered.
Yeah, see, that's a problem is
Perspired.
definition, because I I didn't like sob or anything, but I started to tear up at the last funeral I went to.
Yeah.
But I didn't like
That was rough.
it just like it was like the beginning and then it stopped. You know what I mean? Last time I cried and it continued. And honestly, I think the last time I full blown sobbed was probably in 2014.
Yeah, I was gonna say me probably like 2013.
Well, I cry all the time, so it's pointless for me. Oh, what do you guys think? Do you guys think if a girl cries, she's being manipulative
Depends.
in a
Is she-
relationship?
Fucking whore.
It depends. Is she manipulating?
Yeah. 9 times out of 10,
I feel like that's a
don't
stereotype
go
I've
to
when
that.
heard
it
of.
happens,
Most of the
Yeah.
time, the answer is no. I don't come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
like, is it always when I want to do something that she doesn't want to do?
I don't
And
know.
only then?
That's not where my mind goes. If a woman is crying, I
That's
don't think.
good.
It's like, oh shit, what do I do? What do
That's
I do?
healthy.
Is that where people? Is that what people are thinking?
Yeah, I've heard that around that like
It's just like, I gotta hide, can't be seen near a crying woman. Bad.
No,
Bad
I don't
judgment.
think
It doesn't make me feel like anything except for like what he said. I'm just like, oh shit.
It's like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I don't think she's manipulative. I just think she's weak.
interesting. But yeah, that question, I cry at everything. So not very interesting for me. I used to pride myself on not crying. I didn't cry for like a year or two because I wanted people to take me seriously and not just think I was PMSing if I was really upset about something. So I repressed myself, so now I cry all the time because I got all pent up.
Pick a funny one to end it. That was too sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that one.
Pull
Yeah,
a
I
hot
didn't
take.
realize it would be that sad.
Pull a hot take.
A hot take.
And then we'll end it on this.
Then we can all
Officially.
cry.
That's fair.
The best pickle shape is the spear.
Yes.
No.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Whole
It
pickle.
just depends.
No.
Whole
I
pickle.
think-
I hate spears.
No,
I don't
the
know
whole
why.
pickle doesn't
could
always
like
get
the whole
pickled
pickle,
all the
you
way.
fucking-
The whole pickle. I want the crunch.
Yeah, it has to be the baby pickles. The
The
little
fucking
ones.
spears have crunch
Yeah.
Not as
No, they
much as
don't.
the little ones
and the
do.
halves.
There has to be a crunch and a pop.
Yeah.
And
no.
with the little ones, it's the only
You're
way you
talking about
get
the
it.
full-size pickle, though.
I'm talking it being round all the way and not cut into a pizza slice. like they give you on the side when you go to a sub.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah,
like-
that's the
Yeah.
pickle spear.
That's the
Yeah, no.
best one.
Yeah.
No, bro.
No, the baby
Because it's
pickles.
mushy. I like the.
It's not
pop.
mushy if
No,
you
like
get
crunch,
a
if you get a
good
good one.
fucking pickle.
But you don't get a pop though.
You don't get the pop. That fucking round, the whole round one where you crunch into the whole thing and it pops in your mouth.
Where you stick it in your mouth like it's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
busting,
okay. I know why you
busting
like
in
that
your
one.
mouth.
Yeah, I want it busting. Okay.
All over your mouth,
Yes.
in and around your mouth.
Just in my mouth, preferably, but you know,
In and around your mouth,
sometimes it misses.
busting. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants pickle around their mouth.
Regular pickle
Busting.
shape, natural whole pickles.
It's too much pickle, bro. There's too much. The
Just
ratio
put less
is off.
of it in your mouth.
The ratio is off,
That's
bro.
what she said.
Yeah.
No, that's why you do the baby pickles.
Or the yeah,
ones
those
that
are
are
the
like
best.
pinky
Those are the
size?
best because they're small, but also.
I wish they had regular pickle
whole
flavor,
pickle.
though. But yeah,
Yeah.
the gherkins.
Have you ever had the baby dills, the baby pickles?
Not
That-
the dill. Oh, the small ones.
Yeah, the small ones,
Damn,
but they're
those are pretty
whole.
good. Though.
They're not halves. They're not quarters.
Yeah, a spear for that would be too small. Though.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like a whole small pickle versus a full size spear.
An upside down bird.
Say it's the same amount of food, same amount of pickle. One is a spear, but it's the long one, and one is whole, but it's the small one. I take the whole small one because it pops and crunches.
Yeah, the
100%
little
is
ones
fine.
are the
Take the whole
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah,
answer.
there's that one.
thing. I'm taking this spear. So.
Okay, well, whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, it's been the episode, guys. Like I said before, it's been a chill one. Thank you all for watching, and stay bricked up.
Stay bricked up.
Yeah. Bricked up
Berdussi.
with Viagra.